Hello, friends. Wow. Okay. Technology. Look at that. We are live from my front porch. It is getting to be fall. So I have this hoodie on. And I have special guest stars for this week's hashtag Ask Dan segment. This is my wife, Valerie. This one is my wife, Valerie. This over here is Dustin. And you guys know Dustin. He's my son. And so we have good questions this week, and one is a short question that's easy, and the other one is a long question. Well, it's a short question, but it's difficult. It's going to take a long time to answer. It's probably the hardest question that we've ever had on one of these hashtag Ask Dan segments, and probably the most controversial. So our answer tonight, and we're all going to answer this, but our answer is going to cost us votes. But we're not afraid. We're not afraid of controversy, okay? We're not afraid to tell it like it is and to be honest with you, the voter, the constituent, the Hoosier. You know what I'm saying. All right, listen, I'm going to answer the first question, though, the non-controversial one. Here it is. Jen wants to know, how do you feel about libraries and funding for them? Well, Jen, I'm for it. That's all I have to say about that. Now, look, I do want to point out, though, that are you guys pro-library or are you anti-library?
Very pro-library. We go to the library, if not once a week, once every other week.
We get lots of kids' books from the library, and you know, it's like what I like about libraries is the fact that if you propose the idea of a library now, people would lose, like the GOP would lose their minds. Can you imagine something like that? Like, I know, let's put up buildings in every city that are just full of books that people can go in and get those books for free, and we're going to depend on people we're going to let them take the books home, and we're going to depend on people to bring them back just because they're good people. And can you imagine what would they call us? What would they call us if we advocated something like that? Soviets? Something along those lines. I guess, yeah, I don't know. That seems like a pretty radical idea. But look, I'm pro-library. I like it. But the big question, the tough question, the difficult question that we are going to answer for you, because you deserve it, comes from Daniela. And Daniela wants to know, what kind of music do you like? Now, this is difficult, and so I've enlisted some help. Because this is the toughest question that we have had on this segment to date. And I'm going to let my lovely wife answer first. Okay, go.
Thank you. Thank
Ready?
you. Oh, man. My music will not be favored. I do really love Broadway musicals. I listen to them frequently. But my favorite band is Stroke 9.
What is a Stroke 9?
Stroke 9 is a band from California, and they are kind of a one-hit wonder. They had a song called Little Black Backpack that was very, very popular in the late 90s. However, they had sort of a second hit with, I get to talk like this. How many people want to kick some ass? And Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. It was in the credits of that film anyway. So these are two different songs from two different albums. I have both of those albums, and I really like that band.
My wife hit the 90s and sort of never stopped.
Oh.
So, or stopped and kept, well, you know what I mean.
I'm not mad at the 90s.
All right, cut. Start over again.
In the 90s. And I enjoyed all the excellent music that came out of the 90s.
All right, very good. And what about you, Dustin?
Oh.
This is where we really start losing votes.
A lot of votes.
Yeah.
We'll put it this way. Dan makes me turn off the music most of the time when we're in the car together.
He does it to me,
You don't even know. That is not at all true. Folks, let me just tell you about the sacrifices I've made for this campaign. And it involves spending a lot of time in the car with this young man, who I'm proud to have parented for all these years. And it involves listening to at least 3 different versions of "My Heart Will Go On." I am not kidding about this. That is really true.
You can't be
and
mad at
don't,
Celine Dion.
and you don't you
She's
dare
amazing.
deny.
She's amazing.
I
get to take road
deny
trips
it.
anymore.
It's actually only
would
one
sing our
version, but
hearts
it's a
out.
duet, and it's very special.
That isn't true. I've
You
heard
see-
2 different
I'm
versions.
mad
Remember the
about
little
this.
kid on America's Got
Oh,
Talent.
America's Got Talent. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Okay,
So
2 versions.
There
I'll
are 2
give them.
versions and 3 people. That makes 3 versions.
That's
My
not-
Heart Will
that's
Go
not how that
On.
works. That's not how that works.
Not sure that's how that
Right,
works
but
at all.
what's the real answer though? Because I don't even know. I
no,
don't
I
make you turn
could-
it off because I genuinely don't know what it is.
I still think I could totally get down for some Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. Actually,
Oh yeah, I have to.
still
agree.
definitely.
Yeah.
But I'm
Not bad.
definitely top 40 still. So
Uh-huh.
yeah.
I think Justin and I would be road trip compatible.
All right.
We'll find out soon.
All right. And as for me, I like the good stuff. All right. See you guys next time on hashtag Ask Dan.
I control the record button though,
Son
so
of
you're gonna have to answer.
Well, yeah. So I like all kinds of things. Like, what do I listen to? I at some point stopped too, because I think most folks, if you've been looking at this, like I have this whole other life as a musician that I lived before I went to law school and became a lawyer and all that stuff, and I was doing that professionally. And the thing about, and I've talked to other singer-songwriter type friends about this before, is like, a lot of us like stopped listening to music somewhere along the way and started writing it, and just sort of stopped paying attention to what was going on in the rest of the world. I mean, I got stuck with the stuff that I listen to. I hardly ever listen to anything new. So if you've got some stuff that you really love, leave a comment below and let me know what it is. But I am sort of stuck on Tom Waits. I've listened to Tom Waits for 100 years. I love Tom Waits. Is that a big sigh? Is that what you just did?
No,
Okay.
actually, I'm pretty down with Tom Waits.
There's a band called Living Color that was I don't know. People still know Living Color?
I think so.
They're still
I hope
putting
so.
they're still putting out new stuff, but I haven't listened to any new stuff because I too am stuck in the 1990s. And other stuff. We just listened. We drove up with my finance director. We drove up to Bloomington or some place, and we were listening to Metallica the whole way. And I haven't listened to Metallica in like 10 years, 20 years, longer than that. I don't know. But I used to be huge into Metallica, and then I grew out of it, and then I think I'm growing back into it. Like I want to just listen to that all the time. But like the old
Dan's
stuff,
music
like,
is pretty broad. He likes a lot of different kinds of music.
Well, I like old crime country, right? Like Ernest Tubbs or Marty Robbins. I love Marty Robbins. That's good. And I like protest music. If you get into the Woody Guthries of the world, I don't know. What do I listen to? What else besides that? I like the Broadway stuff too. And we almost always road trip with that.
We road trip with a lot of Broadway musicals. We have young children, so we listen to a lot of
Let it go.
friendly music.
Let it
I guess. And some.
No,
maybe
we're not at
so
the Taylor. No,
friendly.
they're still too young. We're not at the Taylor Swift.
No,
No, I
like-
said Let It Go.
Oh, Let It Go.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, absolutely.
Disney music. There's
Disney-
a lot of Disney
there's
music
a
in our
lot of
life.
Disney.
A lot of Disney music.
A lot of Disney.
Trolls is pretty big on our playlist these days, and Moana. We listen to a lot of Moana.
Mm-hmm. That is like the new music that I end up listening to.
Yeah,
It's all kid music.
Oh,
It's
we do
Disney
listen.
music.
We do listen frequently to clips from VeggieTales, especially the Hairbrush song. Because our oldest daughter really
The
likes
Hairbrush
the
song
Hairbrush song.
is a big hit around
Yeah.
here.
How about your band? What was your band's name?
I had like 800 bands.
All right.
Oh, talk
Any-
about the Vatican Day.
Dallas Alice that I was in. I still play with. Well, I don't still play because I don't have time. I played with Bridget Kalen.
We love Bridget.
Yeah,
Kalen.
Bridget Kalen's a close
Love her a
friend.
lot.
Close friend.
And she's got great music. You should
and-
totally check her out.
Yep, she's awesome. She just put out a new record.
She did.
Go listen to Bridget. Brigid, Kalen. And yeah, no, I've been in 50 bazillion bands.
No, Vatican Bank was an interesting band, though. I think you should share a little bit about what you were doing with Vatican Bank. That was cool stuff.
Yeah. Well, we'll probably play some of it on here before too long because that's all original stuff.
It was a lot of originals. And
You
a
heard
lot
it here
of,
first.
A lot of variety from, I guess, I don't know, different cultures and different styles of music. It was very cool.
Yeah, we sang in
It's
like
cool.
8 different languages for that band.
It was
So
very
that was
cool.
fun. Like,
It was a
like
cool
folk,
thing.
It was folk music from all over the world.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
neat.
And that's so I got into a real mode of listening to all this folk music for a long time, but I don't even, I'm not good at the ethnomusicology thing. I just would just sort of spend some time on YouTube trying to find folk music of Lithuania, folk music of Chile and stuff like that, and just try to pick out good sounding stuff and sort of work from there.
It was cool. That was cool stuff.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
we live in a home with a lot of music. There's always music in our home. Our girls love it. They dance around to it. They make up songs. They sing a lot of songs. It's good. It's good to have variety of music, I think, in your home.
And that's about all we got here. I think this question has worn out its welcome. But look, if this has cost us some votes tonight, then so be it. If Dustin's confession, his chilling confession about NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys, is going to cause you to not support this campaign, I'm not firing him. And I know I get your emails and your phone calls and your text messages and your Facebook messages and your tweets every single day asking me to fire him. But I won't do it.
That's not true.
I promise you.
That's not true.
No, it's not true at all. All right. So we got to be up early in the
Oh,
morning.
but please let me know if you like Strobe 9, because there has to be more than just me out there.
I don't
in the
think you
world,
have to
so
worry
please.
about that.
Please.
Tomorrow morning we got to be really up. We got to be up really early, and we're going to be up on the phones most of the day, and then we got stuff to do at night, and then we got to be all over the district over the weekend. So we love you guys, and thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting. And if you have more questions, send them through your favorite means to #AskDan. Thanks.
Night, everyone.